President Trump acknowledged Wednesday that gun deaths are a public health emergency, but he sent mixed messages on background checks in recent days. Now, some survivors of the February 2018 shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida are introducing their own plan for sweeping gun control legislation. Our Paula Reed spoke with David Hogg, a survivor of the shooting and one of the founders of the March for Our Lives movement. She asked him about the group's proposal.
What we're asking for is a gun licensing and registration system with annual licensing fees. What we're asking for is mental health services in our communities to address the 2/3 of gun deaths that are suicides in mainly rural and suburban areas that are never talked about when it comes to gun violence. And making sure that we're able to have a real conversation about making sure that the people that shouldn't have guns in the first place can't get them, and also reducing the overall demand and appeal for weapons and violence in the United States.
CBS News also spoke to Andrew Pollock, whose daughter Meadow was among those killed in the Parkland shooting. He says more should be done to prevent those with violent past or mental health issues from purchasing firearms, and argues that background checks alone are ineffective.
I want to be preventive. I want to prosecute these criminals. I want to make sure the mentally ill have a background when they're violent. And this way, background checks work. If you just want a universal background check, it wouldn't have made a difference this century on a background check. And if the Democrats were serious about background checks, it's pretty simple. We could get it done very fast. We could make them online and accessible for everybody. So I see change that we've gotten done in Florida. And just to look at guns, to ban guns, that's not the answer. There's 300 million guns. I'm not giving my guns up. And prosecute the criminals, and you'll end a lot of these mass shootings. Prosecute these people so they have a background. Involuntarily commit them into hospitals when they're violent, and make sure their mental illness goes on their background, and it'll make a difference.